Thank you. Producer, save my butt. All right, this is always my favorite part. You know, I shouldn't get up early and do this because I am just not an early bird. I'm more like a night owl. But Nick would call me a screech owl. You know, I saw somebody else do this in a video the other day on YouTube. And they were a chef. This is like getting out of Alcatraz. Ah, there we go. Okay. I guess I should have read the instructions. We'll get there in a minute. So now, just so you can see what I'm doing, and again, you'll eventually be able to see this in 4K. Not that you would want to, but you can when we get it up on YouTube. Right now, we're just practicing to see whether or not we can even make biscuits and kibasi. I may have to grab my neighbor Nancy to help, although I don't know if she's any better at this than I am. We have a number of people who have helped out around the house over the years, and feel free to call. Okay, we have to heat the oven to 375 degrees, and I really don't know how much that is in Celsius, and I don't really care right now because the oven doesn't have a C, it has an F. So I'm going to stand up and turn the oven to 375 degrees. Tilt this back. Real professional, my hand in the lens. Oh, God. We should call this one trick pony, I think. So we're waiting. It was on 350. I have to wait for it to go to 375 at 25 minutes. Using all the math I have in front of me here with the super calculator. About 1 more minute. Then the biscuits go in. And that is a nice bonus. We're going to have, I'll show you. Product placement time. I know it's backwards because this is a front camera, but imagine it. We'll put this up to a mirror and you'll see that it says Kate's Creamery 100% pure butter, batch churned the old-fashioned way. It's made on the farm in Maine. And as we all know, that state is as pure as the driven snow, with the exception of the moose urine. But really, some of the nicest people around live in Maine. Susan Collins has to figure out where she's going to be, but that's a whole other story. So Kate, by the way, makes all natural products. I got this at Stop and Shop, and I can't believe it or not, Jim is the one that turned me on to it. Jim, by the way, is Nicky's brother, and it's a long story that we don't have time to get into now. So we're going to get a stick of this stuff out and let it warm up a little. Of course, always clean your utensils. So, This is not going to turn into a slasher movie unless you happen to be a piece of butter. "20 seconds, washing my hand. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you." I'll sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Water's getting hot. Happy birthday to you. Ow. Okay. That was a little stupid. Water got too hot. Not from the virus and bacteria, but from my hands. They're all red, but they're clean. And so is a knife. So we will temporarily remove the biscuits from in front of the 4K camera. The 16K cameras belong to Jim, at our company, but Jim. And the two 4Ks belong to me because I'm retired. That's what I can afford. Butter. Remember those Parquet commercials when we were kids? Parquet. No, you don't. I doubt there are a lot of millennials watching. But if they are, you can learn something. Don't do what I did. All right, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't look at. Not thick slices. We don't want to put a lot of cholesterol in our system. The wrong knife, wrong dish. Clean your hands, so we'll do it this way. 2, 3. This is fascinating stuff. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'll do this. 5. I count unusually also. 6. Wow, this is a lot of butter. That's too much butter. 7, 8. All right, that's way too much butter. We are going to be feeling this grandiose breakfast all day. Now that I have Kate, Amy is still in the freezer. She's my vegan friend. Keep her in the freezer. And you're saying, Walter, my God, you keep a person in the freezer? You keep your friend Amy in the freezer? Yes, I do. Again, backwards, but this is my friend Amy. She makes vegan frozen meals, all natural. And I keep her frozen. This is the remote for the boom box. Yeah, we still have one. It's on top of the refrigerator, but we're not at the point yet where we can listen to beautiful music as we make the food. The reason for that is that there's a big, huge FM antenna outside of the house right there, and right now the wire is not connected to the boom box. And the HD radio, which does play classical music very beautifully and also rock, is in the other room. Like I said, we're not 100% ready. And I don't even have the trash can handy. So first thing I'm going to do is see how long the biscuits have to cook for. I never quite understood 11 to 15 minutes. That's an awfully large time to make an error. Slide to the biscuits. We slide to the kibasi. We shut the oven. We have the obligatory egg timer. Had to buy a new one. The one we had was white and it lasted almost as long as our marriage. So it was about 40 years old. This one probably will last a year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll start it in about 11 minutes and then check on things. Meanwhile, I could talk for 11 minutes, but not really. We're going to turn this off. Let you know.